Hey there. Hello, this is Donna from Donna's Creative Space. For those of you that don't know me, I'm an independent Stampin' demonstrator in Andover, Massachusetts. And I come live on Fridays at noon to share a card or project with you. And if you are watching live, please comment, say hello, tell me where you're watching from. I love seeing who's watching, who is out there in Craftland. Today is a miserably yucky day here in Massachusetts. It's kind of drizzling but freezing rain. And hi Susan, how are you? Hi from Tewksbury. Yay, Tewksbury. So you are getting the same yucky weather as we are, because you're right next door to me. And boy, it's really lousy out there. I'm glad I didn't have to go out today. And so I am going to use this Flowing Flowers stamp set, and I am going to make a card, but I'm going to step it up. This is my original card that I had made with this, and I'm going to step it up a little. It's going to be basically the same, but we're going to kind of fancy schmancy it a little. All right, so if you were, I can show you, we're going to sort of make it like this, and then we're just going to add and build on it. But I use this Flowing Flowers stamp set, and if you haven't tried this yet, this is a really pretty stamp set because it's got the distinctive images, distinctive stamping, which is the kind of like they're shaded already for you. So it gives you with one stamp of ink, see here, you have all these different shades of the ink, but it's just stamped once. So I love the scriptiness of the font. I love when they mix script and block lettering like this. I like you and thank you. And these here, time for a happy dance and sending a card instead of a text. Oh, I wish I had grabbed, I should have grabbed last month's in-person card class I did, because I have, I use this for a couple of the cards. But anyway, so I am going to show you this one here. We did not make this one in class. And I'll show you, if you don't recognize this paper, it is from the, let's see, Sweet Talk paper that I used last month in my card class to go, and I used some of it for a couple cards in my in-person classes. But when you see a paper like this, you think, oh, I got to only use it for Valentine's Day. But no, look at this backing. This back side of it is beautiful. I mean, it's great stripe, and that's what the paper's like. Make sure when you get Designer Series paper, check out both sides, because you don't always have to use the side that is the main side, I should say. And I do, hey Donna Reed, how are you? I do want to show you I have a sneak peek. Do you guys want to see a sneak peek of my card class to go? I just sent it in an email to my customers. And if you're not on my customer list, you should be. And let's see, hang on a second. I have just realized I printed out my little sign, so I just had to grab it from the printer, and I'm just gonna cut it up while I'm chatting with you. So let me just cut this apart. So I have a card class to go, and it's running from February 1st to February 5th. And oh my goodness, I had a bunch of people just watching, and they all dropped off at once. They must not like what I'm gonna make, I guess. But anyway, I'm gonna show you the sneak peek of my cards. If you're not, like I said, if you're not on, let's see where I can put this. It's always fun to do something like this live when the Facebook takes a while to catch up. So let's see, I think I can put it a little higher and it's still in the view. This also kind of helps me to make sure I'm staying in view with you guys. So I think I can put it right about here. I want to get it up high as possible so that I have plenty of room. So this is my new host code, FYN, SENCD. So if you shop with me, oh, that looks crooked, but maybe it's my camera. Hang on. Oh my goodness, hang on. Oh, maybe that's a little straight. I don't know. So if you shop with me and your order is $35 or more in product, then you are going to get a card kit to make 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each card. And this month I use the, for the first half of February, I used the Honeybee Home. And this is really a cute set, and I don't know why, I just think it got kind of lost in the shuffle. I don't see that many people using it. But my card class to go is using this, and it's also using the gorgeous, I didn't use the paper that kind of is in that same suite. I have to be honest, I wasn't thrilled with it, but this is the paper I'm using. This is the, I have all my cardstock in here, sorry. Where is the base of it? Hang on, I want to give you the name of it. It is called Symbols of Fortune. I should know that because I just finished typing it on my... Hi, Sue Doherty. How are you? I just finished sending out my email. So if you're not on my email list, go to donnascreativespace.com, and in the heading you can sign up for my email. All right, and let me quickly show you this paper. I have most of it all cut up, but it's really pretty. So this is one side, and this is specialty paper. I think these are duplicates. This specialty paper, but the other side, one side has the foiling and the other side doesn't. But see, this is the side I'm using in my cards. And here's the, I guess I have it upside down for you guys. I don't know, I'm not really crazy about that, but isn't this side gorgeous? So I use that side. This is pretty, but I use this side. And again, very pretty. I didn't even use this sheet, now that I think of it. This sheet I used. That's pretty, right? I used this side. I did not use this side, but that is also pretty. And this side and this side. But I didn't even use this sheet. So the 2 sheets I didn't even use because I only did 4 cards. So these are the papers I used. And I think the paper is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to show you the cards now. So this is free. You get a kit of 8 cards. So you make 2 of each of these. So these are the cards. Miss you, best of luck, such happy news. I thought that would be nice as a wedding one. And then you're the nicest. So those are my cards for my February 1st through 15th card class to go. So if you order $35 or more, you get this kit for free. You have to buy your own stamp set, or you can use whatever you have. What else can I tell you about it? Oh, I use these. These are the polished dots. Now, if your order is $75 or more, I want to really thank you. So besides the card kit, you also get a set of these polished dots, this embellishment, these are really pretty. They have come in clear, and it's kind of like a clearish, pinkish tone. And if your order is $150 or more, just so you know, you are now the hostess when your order gets to $150. So do not use my host code, right? Don't use that. Send me a quick email saying, Donna, I want your card class, but I didn't use your host code because the order is large. And I will make sure you get the card kit. You'll get the card kit, plus you'll get a pack of those polished dots. And when your order is $150 or more, the reason you are now the host is now you can get Stampin' rewards. So if your order was exactly $150, you'll get 10%. So you get $15 in product for free. You'll get my free card class and the pack of the embellishments. Such a deal, right? So, and don't forget that if you do have a large order and you really want to have a great deal, you can join my team, the Sage Stampers, and during celebration, when you join, it's always the deal. It's the best deal in the catalog. You always can get $125 worth of product for $99, and plus tax. Shipping's free, so $125 in product. That's $12.50 shipping you get for free. So $125 in product. You only spend $99, but during celebration, you can pick 2 free stamp sets. So pick out really expensive stamp sets. But if you join my Sage Stampers team, if you go to my emails, I'll have a link to join, and you get the 2 free stamp sets, and I still would give you you know, this, because you're spending money with me, so you'll get your card class to go and your polished dots. All right, do I have anything else to tell you? It's still celebration is going on, so you can, for every $50 you spend, you get to choose a celebration item. There are a couple that are $100 items, which are really nice. All right, Donna, enough talking. Let's make a card, right? So like I said, I'm going to make this card over again. We're going to step it up a bit, all right? So I am starting with a Highland Heather card base, and this doesn't look even. Yeah, I guess it is. I just made it this morning, but I was thinking to myself, gosh, it you know, sometimes it plays a trick on your eye, but the center line, for some reason, the way I was holding it seemed like this was shorter, but it's the right side. Okay, so I'm going to start with my designer paper, and I'm trying to decide if I wanted to do it this way for a difference, because that's how I cut it, but I have more. What do you guys think? Do you want me to try going sideways for something different, or should I just cut this lengthwise? What do you think? I'm not sure. So let's see. I'm gonna put this away. That is my card plus. I guess we'll go lengthwise since it's already cut. All right, so I'm just gonna put this down flat, and this is, like I said, the Sweet Talk designer paper, but you don't always have to use the Valentine side of it. I use the Valentine side quite a bit. Hi Marie, how are you? Oh, yes, I'm doing the one I already have cut. Might as well, right? Now, I'm going to do the inside just about the same. Let me get out a piece of grid paper. I grabbed one earlier, folded it in half, and I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to tack it down because that helps me try to stay in the frame for you guys. And I don't, since these are red rubber, and they have cushion already, I don't think I'm going to put anything underneath to for cushion, because I think they have plenty of cushion. Usually when you use the photopolymer, you definitely want to have a cushion, and I always keep handy either our Stampin' Pierce mat that Stampin' Up! Sells, or I just got these foam mats from Michael's and cut it down to about the same size as half a sheet of the grid paper. All right, so the inside is simple. I just stamped the smaller chunk of blossoms, or grouping of blossoms, I shouldn't say chunk, I'm using Highland Heather ink. All right, oops, my ribbon jumped out. So I'm going to just get the inside done with this, and I'm just putting it down the corner here. Let's see. It looks like the flowers are going in a direction. They really aren't. But like I said, this is that distinctive. So I just inked up my ink pad. So look at the difference. Big difference, right? So this is Highland Heather ink, right? Yes, I'm using the right one because there is a gorgeous grape, but that's even darker. All right, so that's our inside. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And we could, oh, you know what? I should have, well, I guess I can do it now. Oh, and I went and did. See how I just went around all the way around? You really don't have to do that on the inside. Do as I say, not as I do. You could just do 2 sides. When it's the inside, you could save on your adhesive. You don't need as much. If I was using the liquid glue, I would go around, you know, just kind of scribble it all the way across. But on the inside, 2 sides, top or bottom, or the 2 left and right sides, are enough for the inside because it's kind of protected, so you don't have to worry about that necessarily falling off. And I am going to use some Wink of Stella on that, and we do want to let it dry, so I'm going to do that right now. Now I'm opening up a new Wink of Stella because my other ones seem to be starting to dry out. And you can put like a drop of alcohol in them if they're drying out and get a little bit more life out of them, but I'm not going to. So I want to show you this because some people don't know this. When you get a brand new Wink of Stella. See this black ring? That has to come off. That is preventing the ink from going into the channel. I guess that's a better, good enough word for it. So you have to take this ring off, right? And then this now will screw all the way down. So when we squeeze this, and you don't have to, you could save this. A long time ago, people told me to save it, you know, for when you're traveling. But I use my Wink of Stella so much that I don't bother with that. But when you do use this, when you do start this, get out a piece of scrap paper, because I like to shake it a little. Can you hear the little ball in there? I want to shake it up like a can of paint, and I'm squeezing. There's a little push word right on the two sides. So watch here, you'll see it come through down the barrel. See that glittery ink? That's it. But you don't want to do this over your project. Always do it over a scrap piece, right? Now, if I had this ready, I could easily take this and just kind of touch up my little flower here. I'm just going to put it a little bit. I'm not going to be too exact with it. Now I could squeeze it a tiny bit more, but you don't have to squeeze it every time in between each brush stroke. You just squeeze it when it's getting a little, seems like it's not coming out as much. But since I have this puddle here, I'm going to use it like I'm painting. So I'm even going to put a little bit on those dots, little splatters that are around that. All right, and then I'm just going to close this up, and we'll use it later on. So I'm going to throw this piece away because I don't want to, if I leave that on my table, you know me, I will stick my hand in it. Okay, so we have the inside done, but I'm not going to close that because I want that to dry, and the outside's ready. So we are going to do very simple, very similar, I should say, but not as, we're going to dress it up a little bit. So for this piece here, see the shape? This is the shape right here. All right, I'll put it down so you can see it better. Now, this one here, this shape was this. It was just a strip of 1-inch paper, 1 inch by 4, but I use my Lovely Labels punch. This is a great punch because you get 2 different ends to cut, designs on the ends, but you can fit, there's 3 different sizes. Oh, when I said sizes, it kind of whistled. That was kind of funny. But when you stick this in, see, this is 1 inch, and it goes in the widest section, and then you have increments. See, I'll hold it like this so you can see. So you can do, that's like 6 different designs, because when you look at this end, if you were to cut, let me grab a piece of scrap paper. I have this is just scrap. This is a 1/2 inch piece of scrap paper, and I'll show you how different it looks. And I like to, when it's skinny, oh, you gotta open up the punch, Donna. When it's skinny, I like to look in the back and make sure I'm getting it nice and even, right? Because sometimes it can slide around. So look at that end. Okay, let me hold it over something darker. See, there's that end, right? And I'm gonna do the other end over here. Now this piece is just scrap, so it might not be exactly 1/2 inch. And when you don't have it exact, it does kind of come out a little bit uneven. Let me try to get it there. And see, there's that end, right? Oh, see, because it's not an exact 1/2 inch. But I'm just trying to show you the different ends. Let me see if I can hold it better. I'm turning it towards me. There, see that end? Now see the difference between that end? That's the exact same punch. I'm going to leave it on the contrasting paper, but that's the exact same punch. But see, this is just the skinny part. See that? So these punches are great to have. And we also have another one. Let me quickly grab it, because this works the same way. This is the Banner's Pick punch, or Pick a Banner punch. And it has a banner where it's cut out this way and then this way. Those basically look the same. It all depends on your width of your paper. So those are 2 nice punches if you like being able to take something as simple as this, just a piece of cardstock, and do the ends. And I'll show you on this one. Even though I already have one cut out, I cut a piece 1 by 4, and on mine I wrote add 1/4 inch, because that's about, if I know I want it, you know, let's say, well, let's see, let's say this is 3 3/4, I think. right? Yeah, just about 3 3/4 wide. So I add a 1/4 inch and I'll get the, which makes it 4. So I take a 4-inch piece and I'm going to stick it in the fancy side. This side's more fancy. And I stick it all the way down. And I like to, even when it's the right width, I like to look on the back to see them punching it evenly. And then we have that side. And then I'm going to flip it around. Slide in this side. And do this side, right? And there we have it. So isn't that cool? It's a great way to zhuzh up your little strip of paper, because you can always put, you know, we can always take this white piece, right, and put it, well, I don't think this is the right size, or maybe is it? Oh, it is. Look at that. So you could always, if you don't have the punch, just do this with it. See that? So I'll give you the measurements. This is 3/4 by 2 3/4, I believe. Let me just make sure. 3/4 by, yep, 2 3/4. So this would be 1 inch by 3 inches. So 1 inch by 3 inches. That was just scrap left over after I cut out. So you could do this. If you don't have the punch, yours will just look like that. Right? You won't, you could add a little bit extra if you wanted to put the pearls in on either side like I did. So I have the punch, so that's what I'm going to use today. All right, so I'm going to stamp the sentiment. Well, I have that out, Donna. Let's keep going with this. All right, let me put those to the side. All right, so I'm going to stamp. I've got 2 pieces. I always cut 2 when I'm doing a Facebook Live. Actually, even when I'm doing regular, when you guys aren't watching, I like to have, just in case, I like to have extra in case I make a boo-boo. So I'm gonna ink up this big one here, and it's gonna go right about, let's see, I want to stand up for this, right in this corner, like that. Is that pretty? And this one I'm gonna turn and go in the other direction in this corner. And then we're gonna take the smaller one, this little blossoms, and I'm gonna I want to fill in the area, so I'm gonna put some there. Ink it up again and ink it over there. Stamp it over there, I should say. And then here, I think this one will fit right in this spot. Just like that. Right? Pretty, right? So now I have this piece. I labeled it scrap because it was very similar to the size I was cutting. And I didn't want to use the wrong one. So I am going to take, so we're gonna, like I said, fancy schmancy this card a little bit more. So I'm just going to take this, and on a scrap piece of white, I'm going to stamp it again. Now, I could have, we're going to end up cutting this out and putting this over this one. So I could have left it off, but I like to be able to, if we put something up, I like to have something underneath it sometimes, just so that you can see it. That is, oh, we got to do our, did we do our inside? Oh, yeah, it's drying. Durr. All right, so I'm going to close up the Highland Heather, and I'm going to take my scissors. And as you know, I have 2 pairs of these snips. Actually, I have more than 2, but I have 2 that I keep around me at all times when I'm crafting, because one pair, or that word scrap, I have a ribbon on it, and that's what I use to cut my ribbon, so it doesn't get all gunky with adhesive and stuff. And the other one I use for anything, everything and everything. But it gets gunky with adhesive, so it's better if I leave it, it's better if I leave it. I just want to check to see if anybody's saying anything. I like to leave it without getting any adhesive on it, because that way it cuts my ribbon really. I mean, these snips, if you have a pair, you know they're very sharp. I love them. But I like to keep my ribbon ones nice and clean. Very similar to quilting. And Sue Doherty, if you're still here. Hey, Susan Ampy, how are you? She just popped on. Very similar to quilting. A lot of us have special scissors just for fabric. We don't cut paper with them. All right, so we cut that out. And I am going to put this, let me see if this dried yet. Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to put this, now I put it all the way to the left of my card. I mean, you could center it, but sometimes you just got to change it a little and kind of like just do it a little bit not normal. And just putting it off to the left gives a different look to it. So I'm going to just slide it up against it. I'm flushing it up against the edge of my designer series paper. Yes, don't use your, yes, yep, Sue is a quilter. So she knows you don't use your fabric scissors on paper. All right, so now this is the ribbon I'm using. This is really pretty. It's Highland Heather, and it's got a nice sheen to it. It's thick. I think it's 1/2 inch maybe. Yeah, 1/2 inch. So it doesn't make a bow really well. Otherwise you get this big bow. And I like it better for doing like this swish behind here. So I'm going to go ahead, and now that I'm done stamping with the purple, I'm going to take out my memento and I'm going to do my happy birthday. But I did pull out this one, just a note. That would fit on there too. But I think I want to do happy birthday anyway because I know I have a lot of birthdays coming up, and I'm going to put this one aside for my mother because, I mean, her birthday's not for a couple months, but she loves purple. She's a purple girl just like me. So I'm going to stamp up the happy birthday. And let me, I'm going to stand up because I have to get right above this. And I did cut a couple of these just in case I stamp at an angle. That's not bad, but I got a little bit of a halo, so I'm going to do it on the other side. I think I pressed too hard. See, things happen to everybody. Somebody said they liked them when they see me make a mistake. Better. Because then they think I'm normal. I think I am normal. But then they feel like I'm one of them. But you know what, you guys? I am one of you guys. I just like doing this a lot. I mean, anyway. All right, so where did I put? Okay, so we're going to put this on here. Put the ink on the, put the adhesive on the bad side. And sometimes, I'm going to show you this. Now, I made this a little longer. I could have cut this shorter, but I want to put the pearls on. But I'm not sure if you see. Sometimes you get that ridge when you cut your paper. Just use the edge of your bone folder gently, and it pushes down that edge, just in case you get that funny edge. All right. Now, so if I was just doing this regular, all we would be doing is putting our ribbon on, and which I'm still going to do the ribbon. So I'm going to go ahead with that. And the way I like to do the ribbon is I put my adhesive on the back like that. And I take my ribbon, and let me guess how much this is. Let's see. There's about 2, 4, 6, add a couple, let's say 8 inches or so, right? So that's 5, 6, 7, 8 is probably too much, but I like to make it longer so I can cut it off. Now this does seem to have a better side than the other, so whichever side is better, what I like to do is I put it down on my, down below, excuse me, I put it down flat, but I put it at an angle, and then I just put this right over it, kind of halfway down the ribbon, right? You could just put some adhesive on here and do your little zigzag, but I think doing it this way, you have more control on how it looks. And then I just kind of fold that end down, and then that end up. And I try to make these two things about the same. Actually, let me make this one a little bit smaller. I think that looks good. Just about, I gotta get the angle a little bit better. Yeah, that's good. All right, and then you can cut it. And I'm gonna get my ribbon scissors out. But that is how I like to do that little swoosh. And I may trim this down a little bit later, but I'm gonna cut it a little bit longer right now. Oh, I didn't cut all the way through. All right. Okay, so now on this one, I put this kind of, you know, a little bit, maybe 1/2 inch away, but I think I'm going to need it all the way to the edge, all right? Because I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now, I'm not going to put it down yet, all right, because I want to show you. So I did this, right? What I want to do is take my bone folder, and I'm going to use my bone folder. I'm going to use the pointed end, and I'm just going to kind of just bend, not too rough, but I'm going to bend it kind of like that, right, just to kind of curl it a little. We're just kind of giving it a little bit of dimension. Okay, just like that. So it's not flat because I want to put it right here, but I want it. See, we're kind of zhuzhing this up a little bit. So then I'm going to put this on dimensionals, right? So let me get some dimensionals out. And I'll put a dimensional like on the edge here. And I'm trying to decide, that will be without taking the bottom off. See, I think I want one under this one too, because I want it to go under, which one was that now? Now that I picked it up. Whoops. This one. All right. I don't think I need one there. I want to do overkill. But I think I want this flat, right? Because it's going to go underneath this. See what I'm looking at? See what I'm doing, guys? Just kind of giving it a little bit of, I don't like that little point there. I just want to give it a little bit of oomph. So I'm going to put some adhesive because I want this part flat. And I want the blossom to look like it's coming out from underneath. And I'm going to put it right on top. And by doing that stamp first, like I said, we could have stamped and left it blank, just stamped around here and then put this down. But I like, if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to aim this in the right, not aim, place it in the right, exactly the right spot that I want it, just like that. So see that? Now it's flat here. And then if someone looks from the side, you can kind of see the, I got stuff stuck to me, right? Look, cute. All right, so now we can put this on. Oh, there's I have my son's dog. I don't know if you guys can hear the dog barking. So now I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. And that's another reason I didn't want this up on dimensionals. It's jumping around on me. I'm dog sitting my son. So that's Bravo if you can hear him barking in the background. Every once in a while he hears something, or he's learned to, he's a very large dog. Well, not very large, he's just large. I'm used to my little cat. It's okay, Bravo. And my cat is so small, so when Bravo comes over, he seems like humongous. But he's learned that he could sit on my couch backwards. My couch is up against my picture window in my living room. So he sits on it backwards, facing the window. It's so funny. And he's learned that he can see over the back of my couch. All right, so now I'm putting that down, but I'm not pressing totally yet because I want to do something else. So this is our new punch. It's called Bow Bows. And I'm beginning to love this so much because I love having these kind of punches. Well, I'm taking some grape. Right, this is gorgeous grape. I could still use the Highland Heather. Let me see if this is just a scrap piece. I want to see if I can get them both on here. And I want to get a couple of these. And I don't know how much I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch a couple in the grape. And then, I didn't pull out any, but I have my Highland Heather here. So where did I put my Highland Heather? I want to cut a few more sprigs in. Oh, here we go. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. This is how I keep my paper. If you've seen me do a live when I show my face, behind me on my shelves I have the wooden paper holders from Stampin' Storage. But before I had those, I kept them in these were called job pockets. Job ticket pockets, I think they're called, or job ticket holders, and I get them at Staples, and I still use them because I have, off to my right, I have an office filing thing. It's like dividers, and I have these. I don't think I can do this, but I stand them up vertically. I'll do it this way so you can see. but I stand them up vertically, and they're by alphabetical order so that I can find the color I'm looking for. But behind me, I have them by collection. So I have all the subtles together, all the brights together, all the subtles, brights, neutrals, and regals together. Then I have a section that's whites and blacks and vanilla. But these I still keep because I try to keep the unopened packages behind me. And then these I put the extra pieces in here plus all my scraps. I'm going to take a wider one because what I want to do is just, I'm not sure if I want, like this part I haven't done yet. I mean, I made it the regular way, but I haven't stepped it up yet. So this is, I'm just creating as I go. So we could have, hopefully it won't be an epic fail. All right, so I have a couple of grape and a couple of Highland Heather. So what I wanted to do is maybe stick some stuff around. Now I don't know whether I want to use the grape. Oh, I think the grape is going to be better. Oh, look at that. Because the grape, you know, it's a little bit darker, obviously. Yes. I got to remember, I got to put, maybe I'll tuck it underneath this one. Well, no, actually, like that's not too bad. Do I want it under the ribbon? Ooh, this is going to be pretty. But I thought maybe a couple little ones here. Yes. Let's see, I don't want to do too much. I don't want overkill, but see, I didn't push down the, ooh, I like that. What do you guys think? Maybe this is too much. Maybe just one here. Yeah, I think so. What do you think? I could put the light purple here. I mean the Highland Heather. But I think the grape. I think it has to be grape. But I think like that. What do you guys think? Is anybody still watching? Yeah, there's quite a few people watching. So let me put on my pearls. Now I have the Pastel Pearls, the purple ones. They have purple. It's kind of like a gray, a lighter purple, and then the pink. And I'm using the darker purple. But in case you don't have these, I wanted to show you. If you take our regular pearls and you take, now I brought out, because I'm going to test which one I like, I brought out the dark Highland Heather, which is the same as this paper. So, you know, same color family. And then I brought out the light Blackberry Bliss. But I think this is from earlier, and I don't know what that color is. That might be the Blackberry Bliss. Let's see. No, it's not. That actually might be this one. But that was there from a while ago. This has been in my bin. So this is dark Highland Heather. So this is how you can, you can color just about anything with these alcohol markers. And you could even, if you didn't have the purple, the Highland Heather ribbon, you could color white ribbon with these. So if you don't have, see how nice that colors? So you could just use those. This one, I don't think the Blackberry Bliss doesn't go. That one there. But if you have your Pastel Pearls, why not use them? Right? Now I'm going to pick up one that I just colored. See? Fairly close, right? A little pinkier. But that's using the Highland Heather. All right, and I'm going to put those two there. So that decorates it a little. The only thing is that they don't have any tiny ones, because it would be pretty. You know what I'll do? This sheet happens to have, well, I hope I picked the right one. Yeah, Highland Heather. I'm going to do a couple little ones, 3 little ones. Maybe we'll put them on our card. All right, so what do you think of the, nobody's responded. You guys want to comment on this? I'm going to put just one in here. So I'm going to take some liquid glue and put it just on the edge. Shouldn't work on top of my card, just in case it, oh, there might not be anything left in this. Oh, there's a little bit. I got a little applicator bottle, and I was filling it with this because it has a fine tip on it. I thought it would be handy, but now I'm going to stick this underneath. I kind of just want it right there, right there. And then this one, and I'm putting it, the glue, well, I could put it on both sides, right? Guess so. The little one, I just put it on the top because I wanted it to stick. And I'm going to try to slide this in and try to avoid, any the Stampin' dimensional that we put in there. Okay. And I think I had it going this way, right? I forgot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm hitting a dimensional. Maybe I had it further away. There. Like that, maybe? Under the ribbon? Yeah, I think I like the ribbon showing first. Just like that. All right, so now I'm going to push this down because I know that's in the right place. Now, I think, even though that these aren't the same color, I just think that they will kind of, oh, you know what? Use the right tool for this. Oh, maybe, where is my take your pick tool? Oh, there it is. I see it. I love the little take your pick tool. How's that? I don't know. What do you guys think of the little pearls? Now that they're so close to that one, I'm changing my mind. Maybe because they don't. Maybe I should have used. Let's see. Maybe they will look better if I go back. Let me zhuzh. Oops. Let me zhuzh that up again. Stay in one place. Maybe if I use the same color. So let me let that dry for a second. Oh, my Stella, that's what I want to add. We'll go back to the pearls. I think I'll leave those there for now. I'm just going to do some wispiness, just little wispy strokes from the center of my flower. Probably could have done it before I put this stuff on. But you know, it's just creation. I'll do some on this guy here. Maybe a little bit behind this guy. This little flower, the little leaf. I love Stella. All right, let's see if this one looks any better. Yeah, you know what? I think I like it better if I don't use the Pastel Pearl. If I use the ones I colored all the same, oh gosh, come on. Then it goes a little better. Well, that's pretty. What do you think? So these still kind of curled up. I'll pull them up a little bit. What do you guys think of that? We could put in a little bit more. Let me see, one other thing I was thinking of. I used these in, I don't know. I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm winging it here. One of these I opened already. Not that it matters. I use this in my card class to go. This might be overkill, but I was just thinking, I love these little vellum doilies. Well, I was just thinking that sometimes just adding a little piece here and there kind of, let's see. I don't know. I was just thinking it would be kind of cute. Oh, it would have been pretty if I had it down below before I put that down. I don't know if I'm doing, let's see. It adds a little bit of something, but I'm not sure if you'd see it. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave it off. What do you guys think? Any responses? Just a little here and there might be kind of, just to add a little texture. You know what I could do is maybe I'll cut it this way. Let's see if it looks okay underneath. The length of that might be kind of pretty. Oh, I kind of like that. Kind of just hanging down there. Ooh, what do you guys think of that? Just like in that one area. So let me see. got caught under the ribbon. I am just going to do a tiny bit, if I can get the glue out. Hang on. I think, I'm making a mess now, I kind of emptied this into that other container. Oh, here we go. Just want to put it on the ends. Because you can see, and sometimes I use a brush, but not a brush, a sponge, but I have a little dauber. That's what I should be using, but this is my sticky dauber. I'm using it on this for right now. See, glue. Yeah, that's better. I usually work on my silicone pad for this, but I'm doing it like this right now just because I just thought of it. All right, so I'm going to stick this underneath, and it's just going to be on this bottom edge under the ribbon. I got to see if I can get it back under there now that it's sticky. Come on. Get you under there. It hides that this bottom flower, but I think I like it just a little bit, just to add a little bit of something. It's kind of fun to just kind of add things. Okay, that is that. So we put on. We could kind of, well, I was gonna say could bend those leaves, but I think I want to put that underneath that. No, I think I liked it on top. Okay, so there we have it. Let me move this and we'll look at both cards. Just get rid of some of the stuff that's around. All right. Oh, and I just in case you might have seen this before, but I throw this is an old Princess House votive candle holder, but I keep my glue upside down like that. It has two applicators, so this end's for spreading in larger flat areas, but I hardly ever use that end, so I keep it face down in this. Just thought I'd share that little tip. All right, we have all that extra. So now we have our two cards. What do you think? Now, you could just jazz this one up with a little bit of Wink of Stella, and it'll still be a little fancy. Wink of Stella just adds to everything. And see, I haven't squeezed it again since we started this. But if I was going to squeeze it again, I would make sure I do it not over my card, just in case. Okay, so those are our cards. All right, so you can kind of see this one, right? You see the little bit of Wink of Stella on there, but it's a little zhuzhed up. I don't know if that's a word, zhuzhed. I don't know where I got it, but I've heard it somewhere. All right, so that is our card for today. So we have the inside. We dressed it up with a little Wink of Stella on that too. And there's the difference. See how dark this is compared to that? Because I just inked up my Highland Heather pad. So thank you for watching. And don't forget, if you are watching, well, I love that you guys all said hello while you're out there and commented. So it was nice to have you joining me. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. You can comment. I go back, and if you have any questions, I will also I'll upload this to YouTube. So some of you might be watching on YouTube, and if you're watching it on YouTube, please hit subscribe. I'm trying to build my subscriber list. And also, that would make me really happy if you also hit the like button. That helps. And I guess that's it for now. So don't forget, sign up for my newsletter if you're not already on it. It's Donna. Go to donnascreativespace.com, and in the heading you'll see, click on there for a newsletter. Just send me your email address. I guess that's it for today. Don't forget my card class to go. is from February 1st through the 15th. These are the cards. Oops. One is missing. What did I do with it? Well, I had it here a second ago, but here are the cards. There's one that's hiding at the moment, and I showed it to you at the beginning of the video, but it seems to have hidden. Oh, I see it. It fell behind something. So these are the these are the 4 cards. You'll get a card class to go. This goes out after the 15th. It'll be mailed to you, and with an order of $35 or more, just shop my Stampin' Up site, donnasingleton.stampinup.net, and spend $35 or more, and you'll get a kit to make 8 cards, 2 of each of these, and then you will, if you spend $75 or more, you'll get the polished dots that are really pretty to use, and like I said, $150 or more, you are the host, so do not use my host code. Just shoot me an email saying that you want the card kit, so that just so I know, because usually I just kind of the end of the end of the period, like on 15th, I go in, really probably like the 16th, I go in and see sort by the host code. So I do need you to tell me if you want the card class. All right, folks, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your weekend, and don't forget to sign up for my newsletter and subscribe to me on YouTube. Thanks so much. Take care, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching. Bye-bye.